What's up YouTube, Fallout Freak here, and I'm back with another characters video. So we did a characters video to a Fallout 3 character, so once again we have gone full circle, and we are going to be talking about a Fallout 4 character today. And that character is none other than Paladin Danse. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Paladin Danse. Paladin Danse, registration DN407P, is a member of the Brotherhood of Steel, serving as the commanding officer of Recon Squad Gladius in the Commonwealth in Fallout 4. He is a possible companion of the sole survivor. Background: Past. Dance's earliest memories are of growing up as an orphan in the capital Wasteland. As a child, he made a dangerous living by scavenging the DC ruins until he opened a junk stand in Rivet City. It was at that time he befriended a man named Cutler, and together the two friends scraped by as traitors. When the Brotherhood came through, the city on a recruiting run, they both signed on, feeling it was the best chance to make something of themselves. Sponsored by Paladin Krieg, Danse was singled out from the beginning. Krieg presumably saw the spark of greatness in Danse, a correct prediction, as by 2277, Danse had reached the rank of Paladin and was given command of his own squad. Danse did not participate in the assault on Adams Air Force Base, and learned after that Paladin Krieg had been among the casualties. Though Danse grieved the loss, he followed Krieg's example by pushing the people entrusted to him to become greater and realize their true potential. One of Dance's achievements as a paladin was earning a post at the newly launched Pridwin with Cutler, then a knight. Launched in 2282, the airship granted the Brotherhood the ability to project power anywhere on the eastern seaboard. A year into the posting, Cutler disappeared on a routine scouting operation. After convincing his superiors to authorize a search, Danse headed a rescue team to track the missing patrol. They discovered the squad had been ambushed and wiped out near a super mutant hive, all save for Cutler, who had been exposed to the FEV and transformed into a super mutant. With no other recourse, Danse abided by the Brotherhood's protocol and delivered a mercy kill. Cutler's death deeply affected Danse, and from then on he preferred to keep others at a distance for fear of loss. The experience also left him with a deep hatred of super mutants. Danse continued on to excel as a soldier. In the ideological schism that had sundered the Brotherhood's East Coast chapter, he aligned with the traditional utilitarian philosophy that was the Order's original doctrine over Elder Owen Lyon's benevolent and philanthropic agenda. When Arthur Maxon assumed the role of Elder, Dance's like-mindedness and devotion to his duty led to him becoming one of the highest-ranking officers under the new leadership. Coming to the Commonwealth, as one of the most capable field commanders in the Brotherhood, Paladin Danse was a natural choice to head up a third reconnaissance mission into the Commonwealth. Recon Squad Gladius was dispatched to the region in late 2286 for a tech recovery operation and, if possible, to determine the fate of the lost Recon Squad Artemis. No one expected that his expedition would become another turning point in the Brotherhood's history. The squad crossed the border into the Commonwealth in January 2287, and soon after suffered several equipment losses in skirmishes with raiders, including Knight Keynes' power armor. By February, they had established a forward operating base in the Cambridge police station. By April, Danse felt Gladius had a strong enough, or Gladius, it might be Gladius, had a strong enough position to begin recovery and search operations. The Corvega assembly plant near Lexington was identified by Scribe Halen as the first target. Initial recon by Knight Sergeant Dawes revealed a large raider presence within, but Danse decided to risk breaching their defenses. The attempt was costly. The squad was spotted on approach and came under fire. When Knight Warwick was severely wounded, Danse ordered a general retreat. Knight Brock was killed upon return to Cambridge after stepping on a landmine. 2 days later, Warwick's condition turned out to be unsalvageable. Injuries from Raider gunfire resulted in paralysis and internal bleeding. With less than a 5% chance of recovery, Danse instructed Halen to euthanize the mortality wounded knight. Following these significant losses, Danse adopted a more cautious strategy by instead focusing on surveying Boston and its surrounding environs. No casualties were sustained, but between April and July until a reconnaissance operation at grid reference A113 near Boston International and Fort Strong. The airport was abandoned, but Fort Strong was infested by supermutants. Danse had hoped for Gladius to resupply at the fort's armory, but on approach, Knight Sergeant Doss was killed and the squad was forced to retreat. The numerous setbacks and casualties did not dissuade Dance's commitment to their mission, but he determined the best way to deal with such locations in the future was with artillery and extreme prejudice. Privately, he started to develop insomnia and frequent headaches. By October, Gladius happened on the most important discovery of their expedition: unusual energy readings on an extreme high band spectrum frequency. He concluded they were unlikely to be pre-war and had his team triangulate the signal to identify its origin. They were yet unaware they were tracking the signal emanated by the Institute's molecular relay teleporter. The team had become aware of the Institute during their foray into the Commonwealth, with Danse particularly concerned about the potential threat of synthetic humans outnumbering and replacing humanity. The team was unable to establish contact with Scabbard to report their findings due to damage to the police station's antenna. With Halen unsure of her ability to restore it without parts, Danse refocused his efforts on recovering technology to bolster it by retrieving the deep-range transmitter from the nearby ArcJet systems. Me, the Sole Survivor, sponsoring the Sole Survivor, the truth. Okay, I want to get to personality. Danse is a strong, level-head, and loyal Brotherhood of Steel soldier. He maintains the organization's binary worldview in which good and evil are harshly defined and there is little sympathy those caught in between. Danse is often judgmental, openly condemning the existence of ghouls, synths, and other deemed abominations. He believes synths are an abuse of technology by the Institute that threaten very the existence of humanity, more so than ever supermutants, and must be eradicated lest they bring about the end of the human race. Yet, despite all this, Dance's convictions are sometimes variable. If reassured his slaying of a friend who'd been transformed into a supermutant was the right thing to do, he will respond that it was what he was taught by the Brotherhood, but he's not sure if it was right. He's also inconsistent with his approval in regards to the treatment of non-feral ghouls. For example, he likes it if the sole survivor tells Kent Connolly not to sell himself short, but hates it if they give the Vault Tech rep a place to live. At the Slog, he will disapprove yet begrudgingly compliment the ghouls on their ingenuity. Danse deeply cares about humanity, yet is often frustrated by short-sighted wastefulness or violence. He is reflective on the past and remarks that pre-war artifacts more valuable than treasure, as they provide glimpses at moments in time that will never repeat, but is also critical of old America's excesses like decorative fountains and escalators. He pities the people of Diamond City for having to huddle in a stadium for safety when there are plenty of habitable buildings in Boston, pointing to the barbaric raiders at the combat zone as just one of the problems wrong with the world. He is not a man of leisure, focusing on his service to the Brotherhood. As such, many activities are foreign to him. He's unacquainted with the game of baseball, considers comic books a waste of time, and has never been fishing or seen a moving picture show. He does, however, enjoy listening to country and bluegrass music, as evident by his reaction to Magnolia's music. Dance utilizes an expansive vocabulary, often expressing simple thoughts in long and roundabout ways. This quirk is noted by Piper, who attributes it to his being a synth. So that is a little bit, or a lot bit, a lot bit, about Paladin Danse. I'm going to scroll back up here and see if I can play a quote from Paladin Danse. So let's see if my internet cooperates with me. Here we go.
Ever since Cutler.
Yeah, it's not cooperating with me. It says, ever since Cutler died, I've seen other soldiers come and go. Some were brave, some were honest, hell, some were even downright heroic. But I'd never consider any of them to be a good friend, a friend like Cutler was, until now. Now let's see if I can pull up a picture, there we go, of Paladin Danse. Let me go ahead and expand my desktop. There we go. Now let's go ahead and get to my desktop. And this is Paladin Danse. So you see he's got his T60, I think. Oh yeah, T60. It says T60 right there. Power armor on. You see the Brotherhood of Steel logo right there. And yeah, that is Paladin Danse, who is actually a synth, believe it or not. And yeah, that's Paladin Danse from Fallout 4. Hit me up in the comment section below, and please let me know what you think about Paladin Danse, what you think about him being a synth, and what you thought about him if you brought him on as a companion. I never brought him on as a companion. I always use Piper as a companion. But yeah, and what are some of your favorite characters from Fallout 4 in general? But until my next characters video, you must always remember that war never changes.